Hey there, good afternoon. My name is Carolina Gilcapi. I am the founder of Sade Adventures, and I put together the trip to Belize for your review. I thought it would be easier to hop on here, go through the trip together, just so you understand what's included, how everything works, and help you arrange it. Let me share my screen here, and we'll go right into the itinerary. So I sent over this PDF. You should be able to access the same document that I have here. So the trip is for 2023. In reality, it's open to 2022 dates or 2023 dates, pretty much any time of the year except holiday season. So if you're thinking about choosing Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter, let me know. It doesn't mean that it won't happen, but A, there may be availability issues. B, there may be a surcharge for the holidays. So I would let you know what that would be. The rest of the year, it's quite open. And Belize is one of those destinations that's really good all year long. There's a few months where it rains a little bit more than others, like at the end of the summer, but pretty much it's a year-round destination. So the trip is a private excursion for two people, which means you're not joining a group. There's no bus traveling together from place to place. It is customized for you. Hence the reason you can choose your dates any time of the year. So on day one, when you arrive, we're going to land in Belize City. So you can fly from anywhere that you live into Belize City. Your international flights are not included, but of course, we take care of airfare every day. So if you need help, I can do that for you. Once you arrive in Belize City, it's a very big metropolitan city. We will whisk you right out of the city and into the countryside. The jungle is called San Ignacio. So once you get to that airport, you'll see a Sade Adventure sign with your name on it, and our private guide and car will take you to your next destination. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive, but the reason why it's going to be a little bit longer is because we like to stop, we like to see things along the way, and we will also take you for a traditional Belizean lunch. One of our stops today will be the Belize Zoo, and usually I kind of stray away from zoos, but this place is less of a zoo and more of a sanctuary. These are only animals indigenous to Belize, only local animals. So you'll get to see some really beautiful species very close up, more in a sanctuary environment than a zoo. Then, beautiful property that you're going to stay for 2 nights is at the Caye. It is a lodge right on a river in a jungle. It's a fantastic atmosphere, a very romantic property. So we will be here for 2 nights, and you'll be able to enjoy all of the amenities that they have. There's like a butterfly sanctuary. There's a birding section. You can go down to the river. There's trails that you can hike. So even when you have some free time, you can fill them on your own. Of course, there's pools and restaurants and so on. Belize is not known for all-inclusive resorts like you may think about in the Caribbean. It's more known for these really exclusive lodges that are scattered throughout the small little country. Belize is an English-speaking country. It was a British colony, so everybody speaks English. Most people also speak Spanish because they're so close to, Mexico and Guatemala on the border. So fantastic little place, and you can get to see and do a lot in a very, very short period of time. So a little bit about the hotel here, and then we're going to do some excursions. So on day two, we want you to see as much as possible in this day that you're going to be on the mainland. So we're going to go to Caracol Ruins. We're going to go to the pools on the river. There's caving in there. We'll have lunch. So you'll have a bit of a taste of what Belize has to offer, between water sports and ruins and climbing all over. Fun fact, there are more ruins in Belize than houses. Most of them are still covered. And so you may come across archaeologists digging up new ruins and things like that. It's a really wonderful place to explore. And the jungles are really lush and rich. The water is very clean. So it's a really great day for adventure outdoors. Then we'll come back to the Caye and spend another night, because day three, this is the core of our trip. We're flying out to the island. So Ambergris is an archipelago of islands. And the main town is called San Pedro. So we will spend 4 nights in San Pedro, in the best hotel on the island. It's called Victoria House. So this is how we will get to the Caye. So the Caye, you can take a ferry or a flight. And it's very close, but we will make sure we spend a whole day exploring and doing excursions before we actually make it to the island. So first, we're going to stop at the river, go into the caves on a really relaxing tubing excursion. I really love this. Everybody has such a good time here. We'll have a nice lunch. Usually we do this outdoors in like an al fresco setting. And then we will also stop at the baboon sanctuary. And the baboon sanctuary is really fun. Again, not a zoo, but a place that's like a big national park. And there are volunteers that come here and take care of maybe monkeys, howler monkeys that are injured or orphaned, and they're just here to educate the public about this animal. So it's just a fun little stop. You can come see them. They're not in cages. They just come down from the trees. You can feed them, and just a fun little stop to break up the drive to the airport. Then you get to the little airstrip. You get on a flight, maybe 20-seater flight, and you take a 10-minute flight to the island. We love to do it by flight instead of a ferry because A, it's faster, but B, it's so scenic. Blue waters, colorful little islands. So it's a great introduction to the islands. So once you land, our guide will pick you up in a golf cart because there's very few cars even in San Pedro. Everybody rides around in a golf cart. And they will take you to your hotel, which is the Victoria House. This is a very traditional, beautiful property right on the water, has some of the best restaurants in town, has a really wonderful pool, and just lots of space to enjoy laying under the palm tree. So we're going to be there for quite a few nights. You have a beautiful palmetto room included. And while we're on the islands, our guides, of course, want to show you as much as possible. So we'll do a few excursions. Main thing on the islands is snorkeling. We are on the reef here. This is some of the best snorkeling in the world without having to go out on a boat far out. You can literally get in the water in some places and swim up to the reef. It's that close. So the first excursion that we'll do will be like a sailing cruise. You'll be with other people. All the snorkeling is with other people. And we'll go to Mexico Rocks. It's just a very famous site to go snorkeling. We'll have a picnic lunch on a remote island, and it'll just be a really nice excursion for you to be out on the water. And then the next day, we'll do a very short snorkeling excursion. It's only about 3 hours, but it goes to coral gardens. And if you've ever seen the coral that looks like brains, you'll get to experience that today. And now when you're in the water, you can come across marine turtles. You can come across lots and lots of fish and stingrays and even sharks. So there's plenty of opportunity to see a lot of marine wildlife. But to be out on the water itself is just so beautiful. So then day 6 is your free day. You'll be in the village. You'll enjoy the resort. I really suggest maybe you rent a bicycle and just go exploring. It's really, really laid back, bare feet kind of lifestyle here on the islands. But there are lots of locals. There's a local school, so you'll see kids running back and forth in their little school uniforms. And then you'll see people going back and forth on the little plane to the mainland because it's like a bus. It's like a commuter plane that you'll see people take back and forth. And then day 7 is going to be our last snorkel, and we kind of included the best for last. We're gonna go to another Caye Caulker, which is another little village. This is actually a picture of Caye Caulker. And then we're going to go to the most famous snorkeling site, which is Holchan Marine Reserve, and that's where you can get into the Shark Alley. I took my kids there. It's quite exciting. I mean, there are sharks all around your boat, and you are meant to just hop right in. Note to self, these sharks are vegetarian, so they're just bottom feeders, but it's still quite exhilarating to go through with this activity. So really beautiful excursion. You'll come back to the hotel, have your last evening, and day 8, that little plane will take you back to the main airport in Belize City, and you'll take your international flight home. So as you see, lots of activities and excitement packed into 8 days. I am so excited to share Belize with you. It is so close to the United States. I'm here in Florida. It's just a 2-hour flight for us. So all of this, magic that Belize offers is just a few hours away. So I hope you choose this departure and call me if you have any questions or if you're ready to set up the dates. Happy travel.